Good morning, VC. It's Glen Kellaway coming to you from the basement. Another angle. It's all my CDs behind me, and box sets. My John Hartford autograph picture that I took, and that is a treasure. Yeah, so here we go. This is a contest entry. For a relatively new channel to me, I saw Mazzy's contest entry on this and went over. Now, I'd already subscribed, but the man's name is Michael. So I apologize, Michael. I've subscribed to your channel, but I haven't watched a lot of your videos. But I did start watching, and I really enjoy your channel and the stuff you discuss. You're from Lansing, Michigan, one of my favorite places. I'm from the Toronto area, and my wife and I have been going to Lansing, Michigan for probably close to 15 years. A couple times a year. We haven't been in the last couple of years, but we were going pretty regularly. We first went down because you're probably familiar with this place because I know you play the oboe, elderly instruments. I am a banjo player and was looking for a new banjo, and elderly I knew it from their website and everything, and just word of mouth. It was a great store, and went down there and was just dumbstruck by how amazing it is. Best musical instrument store I've ever been in my life, and went back a million times. We fell in love with the East Lansing area. We stayed out by where the Spartan Hall of Fame bar is, and there's a Myers and all that stuff. We stay out that way, and it's only like a 10-minute drive up to Elderly. And also where we were staying, there was a bookstore in a little plaza just a half a mile up the road that sold a ton at that point, a lot of CDs and records. They had a great selection. Now they've kind of gotten out of that, so it's kind of disappointing. Plus the record stores that were downtown. FBC, I think, was one, and there was another one. So yeah, I'm quite familiar with your hometown. This is Michael's 5,000 sub contest. 5,000 subs. That's incredible. I mean, I'm proud to be one of them. Really, really, I know you're proud of that. And another thing you mentioned was Our Lady Peace, great Canadian band. Fell in love with you for that too. You've got a Dylan Mo-Fi Fidelity up for grabs, which I'm the biggest Dylan fan in the world. So we're just like a match made in heaven. Anyway, 5,000 subs contest. There's 6 questions, which also were very interesting. The first one, record from the first band you saw live. Chris Prophy, Brian from Brain Twang, and a few others are going to be jealous. Very jealous. As soon as I find it, what did I do with it? I don't want to. There we go. First band I saw live, 1967. I was 14. The Monkees on their original tour, Maple Leaf Gardens, 1967. I'll always cherish that as my favorite, as my first concert. I need some Monkees on vinyl, really badly. I do have a few CDs, and I've got this little, oh, and there's the birds, the bees, and the monkeys. I got this little cheapy 5 for $20 sets, which is actually pretty good. Okay, so the Monkees. I just got brownie points for that. I know it. Show record you listened to most when you were 17. That was 1970 for me. Yes, I'm old. The best 2 solo Beatle albums were released in 1970. This one blew me away, and not only me, everyone else. George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. Incredible 3-album set. Absolutely love it. Still one of my favorite albums of all time. And John's Plastic Ono Band album, which is his best album, and close behind as second place behind All Things Must Pass as the greatest solo Beatle album, in my opinion. Okay, what's next? Question 3, show the record that was your entry point into a genre. Well, in the mid-70s, I was listening to, I don't know how I got into it, really. I'm always tell a different story. I'm like Bob Dylan, you know, he never tells the same story twice about his life and that. Anyway, bluegrass music became a big deal to me, especially the banjo, the 5-string banjo, which I never cared for when I was a kid. I don't know why, watching the Beverly Hillbillies and all that was okay, but it seemed kind of clownish and just hillbilly-ish and that. It's not like I hated the instrument or anything, but I fell in love with it and started and bought a banjo and started learning how to play. So this was one of the albums that was my entry into bluegrass, and the banjo was Al Monday's Banjo Sandwich, released in 1975. This is an instrumental banjo album and really, really appealed to me. It's a great frickin' album. Alan Monday's a great musician. And I've been playing the banjo now since the mid-70s. Figure it out, 25, 45, 46 years or something like that. Show a record that you use to show off your stereo. Emma, 8 Vinyl Low, love Emma's channel. She mentioned this last night, how this is like one of her best sounding records, and I couldn't agree more. Revolver, the mono, out of the mono 2014 box set. The fold down cover. This does sound good. I don't particularly just like to play. I mean, it's a good sounding album. I'd love it. People to kind of comment whether you think it's better to play a record that is just kind of, you know, 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 in terms of sound quality, and then you can see if your stereo is making it sound better than it should, or is it better to play like a high-end MoFi thing that you know, almost makes Fisher-Price record player sound good. I'm not sure. But anyway, Revolver's one. There's a couple of SACDs I have. I love the sound of acoustic music when I'm checking out someone's stereo. I think if you play Zeppelin and stuff like that, even if you have audiophile qualities, there's something about electric guitars and whatever, they don't bring out the best in someone's stereo. I think acoustic music does, though. And I used to have this on vinyl. I don't anymore, but I do have the MoFi SACD. David Grisman, Jerry Garcia. This is incredible. David Grisman's mandolin coming out of one speaker, Jerry's guitar out of the other one. They sound like they're in your living room, and the vocals in the middle, and it's the sound stage is beautiful, and the recording is fantastic. Another one, I thought I brought another one out here. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I'm just going with that one. Show a record that is recorded or mixed horribly. Never liked the original Aqualung. This is actually a German pressing, and it's not that it doesn't sound, I don't like the dynamics of the record. It's too loud and it's too soft, and it's just the extremes are I don't think very good. And especially when you get to the wind up, the last song there, man, you can hardly hear it. Yeah, I'm having a hard time. It's mixed up here. Can't find my stuff. I just had another record here to show. Here it is. So I just recently got this, the Steven Wilson remix of Aqualung, which sounds incredible. Steven figured all that out, and it's much better. Much better. Okay, show a record. Tell me about a future upgrade you want to make to your stereo or listening experience. So I did all that earlier this year. I bought a new amp, a Moon, Sim Audio Moon 240i integrated amplifier, which I love. and I bought a P3 Rega turntable, upgraded the cartridge to an Exact 2, and I bought new speakers, Monitor Audio Silver 300s, which I love too. They look amazing and they sound really good. Could I have spent more money and got better sound? Yes, but for the money I spent, which is all I could afford, it's pretty good. I would say the low peak of high-end equipment. So I don't really have any upgrades in mind, but what I've been doing, because when I got the speakers, I just kind of placed them. I was looking on the Monitor Audio website, and they recommended 13 inches from the back of the speaker to the, what they call the front wall. I think a lot of people like to call it the back wall. It's front wall because you're facing towards it. So I had them 13 inches out from the wall, towed in slightly. A couple of weeks ago, I started moving them around just to try different things. Now, these are rear-ported speakers, so I kept moving them back towards the wall an inch at a time. And they came with these plugs that you could plug up the ports. So I move them back an inch, then I'd listen with the ports plugged, with the ports unplugged, move them back another inch. So it took me a couple hours or more of listening, and I finally decided on 7 inches from the wall with the plugs in, and I think I've got the bass just perfect, and the mids and the highs. Everything sounds really good to me right now. I'm gonna leave it for a couple of weeks and see how I find it, but so far so good. I think I found my sweet spot. So that's really the only thing I was going to do there. So, Michael, I appreciate you doing this contest, and I really hope I win this one because I love that Mo-Fi Dylan. But thanks for doing that, and congratulations on 5,000 subs, and everyone have a wonderful day.